I think some people right now, you know, you have Plastikman fans coming to see the live show who are kind of know what to expect. And then you have Richie Hawtin fans coming, and some of them are like, okay, you know, what is this? And I hope in the end people like both sides, but you know, I think there will always be people who don't appreciate both things because they're quite different. You know, Plastikman is, they can be both intense, but Plastikman is definitely a darker, even more minimalistic side, I think, than the Hawtin side. The inspiration of bringing Plastikman back at this moment is that I believe there is a void, an emptiness that needs to be filled by Plastikman. You know, I think what I do is not for everybody, but what I do is not being done by anybody else right now, you know. So Plastikman is back in a way to give people something that I don't think is there. You know, there's great techno electronic music live shows with guys on laptops and maybe some visuals behind them. But, you know, but when you see like, I don't know, like, you know, whatever, Depeche Mode, Madonna, any of these large-scale artists, it's not about whether you like their music or not, but they have an idea and they're trying to create a 360-degree experience that takes the audience in and lifts them up and takes them somewhere, you know? And that's what I think on a live front in electronic music is missing. I think sometimes people are too scared to, you know, put too much time or too much energy or too much money into a big show because they're afraid it won't be underground anymore, you know? And I think there's room to do very cool, innovative, technology-driven, weird underground experiences. Richie Hawtin and Sónar have been together now for 15 years nearly. So it's, I hope that it's something that every year a lot of the people in Spain and even around the world think about and look forward to. So, you know, that's all those, that anticipation from the people is also in my head and my feelings. So we're always trying to create something unique, special, and memorable for that moment. And we're playing outside this year, you know, and I love this this venue. It's great. You know, some people don't like how large Sónar is, but that's what Sónar is. You know, that's what you have to, you know, embrace, and you have to work with that. And then if you work with that and go on a large scale, this is when you can do something really amazing. I think the technologies that are available today are much more advanced and ready for what we want to do than, you know, nearly like 8 years ago. 8 years ago for Plastikman Live, everything was custom. It was like there wasn't, you know, there was so much special programming on Ableton and this and that, and you know, all the, you know, most of the ideas that I had were like, okay, does your program do this? And the answer was always no. And then the question was, can we make your program do this? And most of the time the answer was yes. But that was all untried, untested technology. There is much further that you can go within the idea of minimalism, and you can still make it even more powerful than hard techno or house or whatever. You know, it's how you do it and what you give the people. There has to be substance underneath it, you know. And I think, you know, there's a lot of things going on with what we're doing for the show, but it's extremely minimal at the same time. You know, my feeling is that the world moves forward and progresses, and you have to stay up with that. You have to like think about what you're doing creatively. You have to think about what you're doing with your business, with your social life, with your personal life. If you just sit there in one place with your arms crossed, thinking that nothing will change, you're already dead, you know. So I'm not here to say digital DJing is the future or that vinyl is outdated, but things move on. And I hope to continue moving on as things change. Progress always brings fear to many people. You know, it's the unknown. You know, there's people, you know, hundreds of years ago who wanted to believe the world was flat. And they hated the people who were going out exploring, sailing off. You know, they were hoping they would fall off the end of the world. And when they went around the world and came back, they were devastated because their little world that they believed in had just been broken, and then they had to grow and learn about a new world. You know, I don't, you know, there will always be people like that. I would rather be on the boat with the explorer, you know, going around and seeing the new horizon.